Hey guys, Spectrum here with a new series of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay called Playing with the Team. I'm going to give you some tips here on how to play with a team on certain maps playing Domination. So, first off, on this map, Underground, what I would say, when you're picking a class up, go for a support streak. The reason I say use support is because Assault is very bad on this map. Support much better because it doesn't need any kind of airspace dominance. Most of this map is kind of, inside a building, especially this middle building that I'm in right now. You can kind of say, well, explosives can get inside it, it's a glass roof. This is true, but I mean, it takes a huge explosion to get through the roof to begin with, much like a stealth bomber. So you really need, quite a few precision airstrikes hammering it before you actually get anyone inside. You can kind of say, well, why don't you use precision airstrikes and predator missiles and always aim for B? Well, sometimes you will own B. If you're playing well, you should own the B flag, and they won't be spawning there, and they shouldn't be there anyway if you're playing well, so that's not really always a valid option. Second of all, use a weapon like the Scar, an assault rifle that's good at close range and long range, perhaps, a shotgun or a submachine gun, because while you will come across those long lines of sight, you won't really always come across people at long range. You'll often hit people close range, as are most of the maps in in at least Modern Warfare 3. They're designed to get into close quarters gunfights, like that one. Unfortunately, his AA-12 did not pull through for him there, so I managed to get away with not using cover. I'm using ballistic vests in this gameplay because they don't need any kind of airspace dominance, meaning they can't be shot down. I believe if people shoot them, the actual, the packet that people pick them up from, they can be destroyed, but you don't often see people do that. So I like the ballistic vests. I like rocking them because they're very hard to counter. They allow people to just sponge bullets, which is kind of key in this game, especially if you're rocking with some people who are using the shotgun setups. My other kill streaks are the UAV, because it was a small setup. It was designed to rock through the streets quite quickly, and the UAV is just good. And last but not least, the SAM turret, or the SAMI as I like to call it, because it will help shoot down enemy air support, and the only way they can counter it is by coming up and knifing it, using an EMP grenade on it, or using an actual EMP. So, as you can see here, with a team you don't really need to put in that much effort into the game. It becomes a lot easier. Reason being, you don't have to feel like you're doing everything. It doesn't feel like you have to be constantly around a certain flag, or constantly in a position, doing everything. That will happen a lot when you're playing solo. You'll be, trying to build up a kill streak and protect flags and jump on flags all at the same time. Whereas when you're rocking with a team, you have people who will want to win, who will want to cap flags, and even if they're not, you can tell them to. Generally what I think is when you're playing with a team, you should always play with friends, always people you know, because you want to play with people who generally will like talking to you, who don't feel awkward talking to you. Something I've always found is that when I meet new people on Xbox Live, it's kind of awkward talking to them for the first time. It takes a while to warm up and really get a good team together. So try and play with friends from school, for example, or, I don't know, just people you know, just people who have an interest in the game. Don't play with people who don't really have an interest in the game. You won't do that well. You won't find yourself winning too much. Try and play with people who have somewhat interest. Anyway, that's mainly the tips I have for this episode. A couple of things I wanted to just go over. First off, I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video really. It's because I'm at home at the moment and my upload speed at home is pretty bad. I've tried uploading this video twice now, and I just re-recorded it because well, I wanted to, because I thought I'd do a better job the second time around. So it's taken me a while to upload this, why I haven't put any Skyrim out. As you can see there, I used the EMP grenade to take out the SAMI, the enemy SAMI, because that's what the EMP grenade is good for. I don't generally use flashes and stuns that proficiently anymore, so I find the EMP grenade is always a good option to have on a class, especially when you find something like an IMS. It's easy just to take it out. It even works on things like sentry guns, so it's a worthy grenade to have. I'm glad they put it in the game. Here's a good spot to capture C from, in fact. Just remind yourself of that, but don't always expect it to work. People do know about that spot, and they will check it if they know of it. Anyway, I haven't put up anything like Skyrim or anything like that, just because, well, it's getting kind of frustrating trying to upload it. But I will be uploading a lot more once I get back to uni, which should be by Sunday afternoon, and I will start uploading again. Hopefully you guys are... I haven't actually played my Let's Play character for a while. I'm hoping you guys will continue to enjoy it. I'll actually do a quick review once I get back to uni of my off-screen character, the one I've just finished playing as, my melee Dovahkiin. I was about to say Dragon Doverborn then, but never mind. The Dragonborn melee character Nord I've been playing as. Very, very powerful, using such things as Daedric armor and all that. It was fun, but I've done kind of everything with that character now. I'm moving on. And yeah, I've got Battlefield now, as I believe I may have mentioned before. If I haven't, I have Battlefield now. I'll be doing a kind of, you know, a first impression of the multiplayer review. I haven't played the campaign yet. I don't really want to play the campaign either. I really don't see the point. It's not really a campaign I have that much interest in. I tried to play Bad Company 2. It did not grab me in the slightest, not like the Call of Duty one did. And to be fair, Call of Duty's campaign is... it's pretty gripping. It's pretty Michael Bay-ish, and I like Michael Bay movies. As you can see here, I'm just kind of chasing these guys down now. They seem to be a bit, you know, a bit scatterbrained, don't really know where they're going. This will happen a lot when you play with a team. If you're ever in that situation where you're sort of playing on your own and you don't know what your teammates are doing, you have no idea why they're, you know, running around and running in opposite directions, mainly because they don't know what they're doing themselves. You'll often find that when you're playing with a team, you'll get pitted against kind of bad players, because it's not necessarily that they're bad, it's just that they're unorganised. I think the big word is unorganised. One of the ways to, you know, keep remain organised, just use shoutouts. Not, well, call-outs even, not shout-outs. Shout-outs are something different. Call-outs, they don't even have to be, you know, very, very MLG-like. They can just be kind of frustration call-outs, like, you know, when you get killed by someone, and just make sure you tell people where he was. You know, it doesn't matter how frustrated you are, just say, you know, where he was around the map. People have some general idea. Also, you can generally tell people to say, well, tell people to get on certain flags, give them, you know, some kind of insight into a strategy. As long as you know what you're doing, it really doesn't matter. Gameplay is slowly coming to an end. We definitely have the victory in the bag at this point. They're just not trying. They're getting spawn trapped right in the back by C. And in fact, if you are a guy who uses assault, this would be the kind of area I recommend you trap them at. It's very, very hard to get out the C flag on this map if you're playing against a team who know what they're doing. If not, then you can kind of sneak around through the inside on the right side to me as I say this now. You can do that, but if there's someone watching that whole way, then you generally won't get through. These stairs are also a good area to control. You generally just want to control areas of the map, but by the time you get to this stage of the gameplay, it really, really doesn't matter too much. Here's something actually I wanted to point out. I put down my SAM turret, and then a stealth bomber just happens to be called in as I put it down. Now that was a coincidence, but it takes out my SAM turret instantly. And well, fortunately, I was behind the bus, didn't get me. But what just seems to happen is that the support streaks, it's not that they're overpowered. I don't think they make the game unplayable, but they are extremely powerful, and not much in either the assault or specialist categories, especially specialist, because it's not really, doesn't give you that many awards and things. But there's nothing in assault that can counter support. Support is basically a counter to assault, and assault has no way of sort of fighting back. I think the reasoning behind this was Infinity Ward wanted to give the bad players a way of doing better and helping the team, rather than kill whore, and they were expecting all the good players, the really skilled ones, to be using assault. This hasn't really happened. It feels like everyone on the enemy team is just using stealth bombers and EMPs constantly. But that's it. Gameplay ends. We did get away with a pretty easy victory there. It wasn't too difficult. And you get to watch a spectacular final kill by Dead Man's Hand. Not something I actually hate too much in this game. I actually find Dead Man's Hand quite funny, so I will still use it. I'm not too bothered. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be more to come.